everybody, this is Josh here with Musilesson coming at you with another video. I am currently abroad. I am not in our normal studio where we record, so you're going to see a little bit different surroundings behind me, but don't let that stop you from concentrating because we're going to talk about a very important topic today. Okay, this is about practicing. All right, now we've already got an article up on the website, and I'm going to pull that up right now so I can go through it with you. Okay, and that article talks about how to practice effectively. Or practicing plan for success. That's what the title of the article is. Okay, and I'm going to walk through it with you. Okay, at the top it says we need to talk, because we do. Here's the first thing I want you to know: playing violin, playing guitar, playing anything doesn't happen overnight. Okay, you've got to have a plan. You've got to know what you're doing before you go into it. Okay, now a lot of times that takes the form of the teacher. The teacher will give you like a practice log or something like that, or they'll give you kind of ideas on how to practice or what you're going to be doing, and they'll give you little sheets to write it down on, and that's them planning for your success. Okay, now if you don't have a teacher right now, I made you a guide and a list of things that you can do to kind of keep yourself in check so that you know exactly what to do to kind of maximize your efforts. Okay, all right. So, number one, and the article is very entertaining, but I'm just going to be a little bit less entertaining here for time purposes so that you can get the main points. Find a quiet place, all right? Now, in the article I talk about this. I'm the kind of guy that doesn't like to miss anything. I like to be where the center of the action is, and I like to not miss the inside joke, so I like to be there. But there's a problem with that. Sometimes when we want to practice. I'm not saying you've got to miss every single social event, but you need to find time to practice and find a quiet place. This is important, okay? Because you need to be alone with your thoughts and with your instrument, okay? You need to develop, this is going to sound weird, just follow me on this. You got to develop a relationship with your instrument. You've got to know what the instrument does. That can only happen when you devote thought to the instrument. So find a quiet place, away from distractions, away from things that are happening exterior in your life or what's going on. Make sure that you can find a place in your house, outside of your house, whatever. It could be outside. I practiced outside many times before. Just make sure that the elements aren't bad for your instrument, okay? Like you don't want rain, you don't want high winds, things like that. Just make sure that that's not the case so that you're not damaging your instrument and actually hindering your efforts, right? Okay, so find a quiet place to practice. Okay, that's kind of tip number one for you. You find folks out there on the interwebs. The next one is write it down. Okay, whether it be a teacher's practice log, whether it be a notebook, whether it be your iPad, whatever it is that you have, write it down. And what I mean by that is write down how many times you practiced a passage, write down what passages were difficult for you, what things were easy for you, write it down. Write down how you're progressing with your bowing, your vibrato perhaps, things like that. Write it down. Make sure that you're cataloging what you do, okay? Because that way you can look back and you can see how you did with things, and you can look back maybe 6 months from now and find out exactly how far you've come. We're going to talk more about that topic in just a little bit, okay? All right, now, make a plan. Make a plan, okay? This is something that happens before you even draw your bow across the string for the very first time. Plan what you're going to practice that day, okay? For example, I'm going to practice this concerto. I'm going to practice Ode to Joy. I'm going to practice Simple Gifts. I'm going to do my scales. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. This can come in the form of your teacher as well, again, okay? Because your teacher can give you a list of things to do, all right? But if you don't have a personal teacher, you don't have a private instructor, then you don't really know exactly what you're going to do that day. You've got to do it, okay? You've got to write it down, and you've got to make your plan so that you know exactly what you're going to do that day. It's okay to kind of walk in willy-nilly sometimes, but if you want to maximize your efforts, make your plan, okay? The next is make time, and this is important. We lead busy lives, folks. We have very busy lives, and I want you to know that you've got to carve out time to practice. If we don't practice at all, we will not improve. It's pretty much just impossible. We won't improve unless you're just some incredible genius, prodigy, ethereal being from the stars that has this capacity to just learn things and do it immediately, which, hey, you know what? There's been some incredibly intelligent people and some great musicians in the past, but even they practiced and they made time to practice. So even if you carve out 20 minutes a day, wake up 20 minutes earlier, go to bed 20 minutes later, carve out that time to practice. If you're a beginner, 20 to 25 minutes is okay. If you're an advanced or an intermediate student, you're looking at 30 minutes to an hour, kind of minimum. Okay, so make that time. You don't have to do it all at once either. You can do it 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. You can do it 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, half an hour in the morning, half an hour at night. You can do it in the middle of the day. It doesn't matter when, just make sure you do it. Okay, find the time, carve it out to do it. Okay, moving on, we're going to go to the next part. Make a goal. Now, this is long term. Okay, like make a plan is daily. I do that. I segment it, and make a plan is daily, right? Make a goal is long term. Where do you want to be? 1 month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Where do you want to be? Okay, that's what I want you to think about. Make a goal, long term, long term. Make a plan is daily. Make a goal is long term. Okay. All right, finally, make a video, okay? Now, like I'm doing right now, you can just jump on your computer or jump on your phone and make a video of yourself playing something. Trust me, I know we're all shy. We've got some friends, we got some family. We just don't like to play in front of anybody, right? We like to do it just for ourselves, and that's fantastic. But this is the key. If you make a video, you can see a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, how far you've come. A year from now, how far you've come. Okay? Now, what I tell my students to do this: make a video and don't watch it for at least a month. At least a month. Okay? Sometimes 3 months, sometimes 6 months, but at least a month. And you are going to see some incredible things about how far you've improved. And this isn't just me or somebody else telling you. The great thing about this is it's you telling yourself. You've recorded it, you've played it, you are telling yourself how much you've improved. That's very encouraging. And trust me, even as a professional violinist and guitar player, we need encouragement, right? So that's very, very encouraging to see how far you've come. I highly recommend that if you can do it. It doesn't have to be some incredible production. Just stand up there, get in front of a camera, and record it. And you don't have to show anybody else but yourself. It's all for you. And then, if you want to show it to your friends and post it on Facebook, that's cool too. All right. Okay, so closing out here, stay focused on your dreams. It can be difficult. But if you follow this guide, I know it's going to keep you on track. It's going to help you maximize your efforts, maximize your time, and you're going to see some great growth from it. Okay, so practice effectively and plan for success. Alrighty, thank you very much. Talk to you guys soon.